Think AI is just for big brands and tech geniuses? Think again. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can get started today to enhance your marketing with AI. My name is Dorien Morin-van, and I'm a social media strategist and AI strategist for small business owners, and I help business owners work smarter, not harder. So if you're a little bit worried about using AI or you're not sure how to use it correctly, you're in the right place. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you will get notified next time I create another video for you. So let's talk about how to write. Lots of business owners like you, lots of marketers, lots of people don't love writing. You might like talking better on video, but we all have to write. There is text, there's copy in emails, in captions, on social media posts, in marketing newsletters, on your website. There's a lot of places where you as a business owner need to write. And if you don't like writing, there now are AI tools out there that can help you. Now, there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. I made a video about prompting that I'll link to below, and there's going to be more videos coming about prompting. I have a framework that I use, but I just wanted to explain to you that your output in an AI tool is only going to be as good as your input. And here's an example. If you want to use a tool like ChatGPT, which is easy to use, and you put in, I want to write a newsletter for pet owners because you're a veterinarian, and I want to give a tip about how to take care of a dog, you're going to get a super generic newsletter. But if instead you take the time, one time, to put in all the information about who you are, what your expertise is, who your audience is, examples of previous newsletters that you've written, now that's called a prompt. And when you put that into ChatGPT, the output is going to be much better. If you put in a 1-sentence input, the output is going to be generic. If you put in a 3-sentence input and more targeted, it's going to be much better. If you put in a 3-page document input, including examples of previously written content, the output is going to be amazing. So that is one place where AI can help you. Now, it only can help you, again, if you understand what you have to give the AI tool. So there are all sorts of different prompts, abbreviations out there. I personally used an abbreviation called PRISM, and I'll be happy to show on your screen what I mean by PRISM. So let's get started with that. So here is what PRISM means for me. The P is for purpose. What is the purpose? So we're going to clearly define who it is that is writing. So you can tell AI, pretend you are, or assume the role of a small business owner, an entrepreneur, an expert in nutrition, right? Whatever it is that you are, put that in there. And then also put in who the audience is. So the P is who you are, and so who AI has to be to write for you, and then who you are targeting, P. The R in PRISM stands for rules. Now, here's where a lot of people go wrong. You want to tell it what to do. You want to tell AI what to do, but you also want to put in the rules what you don't want it to do. For example, if you are looking for captions for videos and you ask it for, and you give it examples and you tell it to scroll a competitor, make sure you tell AI not to copy the exact way the competitor does it, but take inspiration from it. You want to make sure you tell AI not to copy things, but to use it as inspiration. Now, I know I said this twice, but I want you to understand that, right? In the rules, you also want to put in the steps. And one of the rules that I usually have is I'm going to give you a bunch of steps and questions to ask of me as you're going through, but make sure you ask me those questions one at a time. So that's a rule that I give to AI. So P, purpose, R is rules. The I in PRISM is for information. Make sure you give it enough information. Tell it where to scroll, tell it what informational sources you have, websites, if you want to upload anything, examples of previously written content, right? Give it as much information as you can about what you need. The S in PRISM is for structure. Now that is going to be good for the output. If you need a formatted answer, if you want to use bullets, or if you don't want it to use emojis, you need to say that here. You also want to, if you're asking it to help you write blog articles, make sure you say, I want paragraphs, how many characters, all those things that you need in place. You want to put that in structure, in the S for structure. Now the M in PRISM is really for when you use this prompt as the prompt for an AI bot, but you want to do some monitoring, right? You want it to go back on the feedback loop and say, whatever modifications you've done to this prompt, you want to make sure that you put those back in. For example, maybe you told the prompt not to use emojis, but somehow AI forgot and it's putting emojis back in this content that it's creating for you. Make sure you tell it, remember, please read the instructions again. I don't want emojis in here. So there's a feedback loop, making sure that it's doing exactly what you ask it to do. Now, here is one piece of instruction that I usually give as a prompt, especially if it's a really long prompt with a lot of steps in there. The last piece of advice, or the last thing that I tell AI to do, is please reread all these instructions before starting. Now, that usually guarantees that everything that I've put in there is going to be read. I've always said that to create content ideas, you need more than one person. You need a second person to bounce ideas off of. One of the things that I love about AI that's become my sparring partner. So if I have an inkling of an idea, I'll go to AI and say, hey, I had this idea for a piece of content. What else can we do with this? So I might give it a keyword like AI strategy or social media strategic plan or business owners, or I want to talk about a new trend that's happening on LinkedIn or LinkedIn video, right? I give it some ideas about what I want to talk about. I will say, come up with 5 more ideas like this. And then once I find out what AI is giving me and what's good, I'll say, I like the second idea. Give me 5 more ideas that are along the same line as the second idea that you gave me. And then I'll just keep going. And once I have a whole list of ideas, I'll say, put it in a format that I can use, create maybe an Excel sheet or a way for me to keep track of all these ideas. And the other thing that I love doing, and this might be something that's really useful for you and for your audience, is create a series of content that's linked together. And here's an example. People don't love making mistakes. So last year I created a series of mistakes social media managers make. And the whole premise was, other people make these mistakes, don't fall for these mistakes, don't make these mistakes. Because people don't want to make mistakes. And people started looking at this series of what else is she going to point out. And it was very successful. So you could potentially make a series of things that mistakes that pet owners make if you're a veterinarian, if I go back to that example, or if you're a nutritionist, maybe a whole series of foods that are really good for you, but people forget to eat, right? That is a great way to engage AI and say, I have this idea for this one video. What other videos or what other pieces of content or what other blog articles or what other things can I create that are in that same realm of ideas? So use AI as a sparring partner. The third way that you as a business owner can use AI is to repurpose all sorts of content. For example, every video that I do on YouTube, I put it in a tool called Descript and I cut little clips. I put these clips on LinkedIn, I can put them on Instagram, and I can put them right back here on YouTube as shorts. and then they will perform really well. So instead of creating one long video and 10 short videos, I create one long video and now it has 10 clips. I also can take the transcript of one long video, take it and put it into a blog post. I can also take that and create images that have quotes of smart things that I say on these videos. And now I can put those quotes into Canva and boom, now I have images to go along. So there's a lot of different ways you can use AI. The tools that I use for repurposing are Descript, as I said, and Canva to create images to go along with some of the content that I create. The fourth way you can work smarter, not harder, using AI in your business for marketing is to use AI-powered scheduling tools. Now, most scheduling tools out there have AI already in it, and here are some ways you can detect it. It might offer to help you write captions when you upload a video. It also might suggest to you a time to post and schedule a video or a piece of content that you upload based on your audience and based on the platform that you want to post to. So that's really helpful because especially when you're first starting or you're a busy business owner, you might think, I'm just going to post it. I'm in the tool, I'm just going to post it, or every day at 10 a.m. But what happens is that these AI tools are pretty smart and they're checking out when your audience is online and when your audience has engaged previously with your content, at what times. So it'll tell you, and you might be surprised. A long time ago, there was a study with one of the companies that sold diapers, I believe it was Pampers, and they had a community manager discover that the time that most people were online and looking for support, and of course their audience was new moms with newborns, was between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Now, this was before people were really using AI, but somebody, a human, discovered that. And so they put a community manager on at night from midnight to 6 a.m. and their engagement went through the roof. Now, that is a human discovering that. But here is the cool part. All these tools that you're using are using AI-powered thinking like that, and can see where your audience is online, and you want to be posting when your audience is online. So use that feature as much as you can because you don't have to do the thinking and the calculation and the data analysis. The tool is doing it for you. So do that. Same thing with if you are short on time and you created a video and you just want to get it out and you don't know what to write, use those tools to write the captions for you. They obviously go in and look at other people's captions. They find the best performing content and they write something. Now, never copy and paste, never take exactly what they suggest, but use the suggestion as a way to start to prompt. That's what I always tell people. When a tool suggests write this, take out an emoji if it's not right, or add a sentence or two, or sign off with your name. Personalize it to a point. There's always a time to use AI for captions, especially when you're short on time. Now, I've alluded to this last one, but if you are running a lot of ads or you're creating video in your business as a small business owner, as a marketer, use AI to help you write these ads, help you write these video script. Anytime you need to prepare to create content, use AI as your partner to create that content. Now, you can ask it to help you with ideas, like we said before, help you write some of that. Every time I create a video for you right here on YouTube, I actually have an AI assistant called YouTube Dortje. Dortje was my nickname when I was a little girl. My dad used to call me Dortje, which means little door in Dutch. And my name being Dorien, he called me Dortje. And so my YouTube Dortje actually helps me flesh out these ideas that I have to create videos for you. It helps me with bullets. It wants to write the whole script, and I usually tell it, no, don't write me the whole script. I want to speak naturally to you. But it comes up with really great angles, really good ideas. It might give me a hook. It might give me a call to action. And so use that. The same for ads. If you want to create ads and you don't even know where to start, say, I want to create an ad. I want to sell this service, or I want to sell this product and I haven't had a lot of success can you search the internet for highly performing ads and give me feedback on, for example, meta ads to sell glasses? What kind of ads do well? And it might come up with some really great angles and really great ideas. So those are the 5 ways that I encourage you to start putting some more AI into your marketing to work smarter, not harder. Now, I mentioned before, if you are ready to take it to the next level and want to start creating some AI assistants, some bots, I encourage you to set up a 20-minute free consult with me. Link is in the description. I'd love to help you out. Make sure you hit that bell, subscribe to my channel. There'll be lots more videos coming about social media strategy, how to use AI for marketing, AI strategy, all of that. And I'd love to see you back here soon.